Hello everyone, how's it going? It's me Tangociss back at you with another video. Today we're playing some more Home. Let's go ahead and hop on right into it. So yeah, last time you saw us, we were going through a sewer network. We had to turn a bunch of valves. We came out into this here forest and we kind of just started working our way through it. So we're just picking off from where we left off the last time. This looks like the house we kind of went by, I think. Or is it? The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Now, I suppose if we're in a train station, we might be able to find a telephone of some sort. Maybe find a way out of here, maybe? I haven't a clue, but we'll guess we'll have to see what happens now. Which makes me wonder, why is this dude in this here sort of... Oh, hold on. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined up, counterfeited remains of schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer-looking sheets covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Kinda sounds like my handwriting back in my school days. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles sitting on his bookshelf, and he had notes on the water tower outside too. I guessed he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? Suppose he could have used it as maybe a hideout, maybe? If the place is old and abandoned, possibly. Well, we haven't checked to this side yet, so I guess we could do that now then. So that was a ticket booth. Maybe this way leads to the, the tracks and stuff. Well, a map, that could be handy. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower, and even this train yard. What was he doing, coming back here? Oh, that's a good question now, isn't it? Can we go this way? No, we cannot. Well, looks like we're back outside again. And of course the trains are broken. The old train was ripped open, and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as the broken fence, was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train shell, I could see a few faint impacts, like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I had thought. Perhaps that gun... Oh, okay, we can't go that way, back through the train station, outside again. Admittedly speaking, I sort of feel a bit more relaxed while we're outside compared to being in the sewer network and that old house we were just in. Don't know why, but, Right, back away we came, back outside. Did we go that way? No, we did not. Guess we'll have to go this way then. So I think all the way we just came, was it? Well, we've already checked around, but I think we checked around all this area. Back away we came, man. What was this way? Did we go this way yet? Did we? I think we did. Unless I can't even remember. No, it doesn't look like it. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. What's this now? It looks like a hole in the hedge. Oh, he's actually going through it. Oh, okay. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off. I was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yes, I did. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. Good luck with that, I say. I'll check... Well, what's this way? Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wondered if I could find my way around. I think before that we'll just check around, just in case we see this here credit... Oh, bunch of rocks. Guess we aren't going that way. Alright, what's through here then? We go. Alright, guess not. I can hear footsteps further on. Probably a fox or something. There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yes, I did. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after warm page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel? Her name was the last on the list, and it had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but those marks looked older and more faded. Did we go? No, try this way then. A few embers still burned within the fire pit. Who was camping here? Was it? Maybe that was the murderer? One of the two floating camping chairs was knocked over, and there was beer spilled everywhere. Where did the campers run off to in such a hurry? There was a cheap two-person dome tent. Through the screen of the front, I could see 2 sleeping bags, backpacks, and a small cooler. I mean, to be fair, it does seem like a nice forest for camping in, if it was during the day or something. Kinda reminds me back whenever I did my Duke of Edinburgh camping trips. They were good fun, that. Feet bleeding hurt after it, of course, but... No. Are we going to some... Sure, let's explore the abandoned building, because... Oh, it's a wash? Like one of those public toilet things. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. A musty wooden plank popped up to stall the door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. I mean, we could probably use it to, you know, make a makeshift bridge or something, if we have to. I've never really been a fan of public toilets myself. They didn't tend to be very sanitary, you see. So back away we came, through the hedges. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. And I guess we could try escaping then. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. I don't blame you, buddy. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me led. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean, and where were the campers who had abandoned their site. Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? That's a good question now, isn't it? I tell you, it's some forest. You know, I do like going for a nice wee walk in those kind of places. Of course, if a virus going around, can't really do much these days, but hey, what can you do? Alright. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed, almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Unless that cat from before started to follow me. I guess we could check the factory. Maybe the driving license is there. One of the lockers hung open. The contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was closed for repairs. Alright, fair enough. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snacking off to other parts of the factory. I don't know, I'm not an electrician or nothing. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. I guess we can take a wee look around and see if we can power up this place. Admittedly, I don't really want to, but hey, I'm a nice bloke. Let's go and see what happens. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Alright. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. I don't blame him. Alright, you know what, folks? I think we'll probably go on ahead and call things here, so I think we'll call it here for today's video. Just checking outside. Maybe I'll take a wee quick break, get a coffee or something, and hopefully return to it. Right, so yeah, that's basically it for today's run on home. Join us next time as we explore the rest of the factory, I guess, and see what happens. I haven't a clue, but, you know, see what happens. So yeah, cheers folks for watching, and we'll catch yous next time.